He moved like a dancer. He struck the ball with finesse few could dream of. And his level at times left legends shaking their head in disbelief. Chile's tennis prodigy Marcelo Rios is without a doubt one of the most talented players to ever pick up a racket. But his story, it's as tragic as it is beautiful. Born in Santiago, Chile in 1975, Rios quickly gained a reputation in his country for being a very special talent. Despite his slender build, his shot-making skills were remarkable, and his tennis instincts and IQ were something truly special. His junior career was extremely promising as he won the US Open Juniors and ended the season as the junior world number 1. His first big match in the ATP would come at 18 years old, where at the 1994 French Open, at only 18 years of age, he would face the legendary Pete Sampras. His looks, his swagger, and his effortless shot-making would leave the whole tennis world taking notes despite a 7-6, 7-6 and 6-4 loss. He lost the match, but the impression was that the kid was going to be at the top of the sport very soon. And it wouldn't take much for that to be the case. At only 22 years of age, Rios made history by becoming the first Latin American man to become world number 1. And he did so producing an absolute masterclass against none other than Andre Agassi in the Miami final.
Right on the line.
Curiously, he's the only player in tennis history to reach the world number 1 in the rankings, but never win a Grand Slam. His best chance was at that year's Australian Open, where he reached the final and would face Peter Korda, a match in which he was surely the favourite, but he surprisingly lost in straight sets. Rios would finish that 1998 season as world number 2, at only 23 years of age, already displaying some of the most eye-catching tennis that had ever been played. The great Andre Agassi at the time said that Rios was the most talented player he had ever faced, and when you watch some of his highlights, no wonder. The guy was as smooth as it gets.
¿De película? Buena.
Unfortunately for the tennis world, the next year, 1999, would mark the start of his decline. Recurring injuries, including a painful sports hernia, forced him to withdraw from key tournaments. He underwent surgery mid-season, and despite his talent never being in question, his body was no longer cooperating. Incredibly enough, even with his body giving him all sorts of trouble, Rios was able to win 3 titles and finish the season as world number 9. But with a Master Series title to defend, and his body, and more specifically his back, would continue to give him problems. And after a turbulent 1999 season, the next year would be even worse, with Rios playing in pain and often struggling to finish matches. He managed to win a title in UMAG, but the consistency wasn't there anymore, and Rios would finish the season outside the top 30. A painful decline for a player that just 2 years before had reached the world number 1 at only 22 years of age. In 2001, we would see glimpses of the old Rios, but injuries wouldn't take long to return, and a serious ankle injury would require surgery, again keeping him off the courts for months. Whenever he returned from an injury, you could tell that the quality and the shot making was still there, but his body would keep letting him down. A painful process, knowing that these years were supposed to be the prime of his career, but instead they were quite the nightmare. And 2002 would be the last full season of his career, and surely his most painful, because he started the season well, reaching the quarterfinals in Australia, reaching semis in Miami, for then the worst blow of his career to come, a stress fracture in his back that would require 2 surgeries, and sadly the pain after that never truly left. And a Rios that was once feared by every opponent would now be fighting just to stay on court. And his back problems would be so recurrent that it was impossible for him to gain momentum. He tried and tried, but his body would just refuse to cooperate, and after an extremely tough 2003 season, in 2004, Rios would officially retire from tennis, at only 28 years of age. With his own words, a body that had nothing more to give. Rios would end with 18 career titles. Of course, the historic world #1 achievement, but the bittersweet feeling of what could have been if he had had a healthier body. His artistry was undeniable, and his peak level could destroy anyone. Effortless genius that surely left a mark in the world of tennis. Sadly, he's one of those characters that after retirement wouldn't be linked to the world of tennis. He pretty much vanished, and whenever we knew about him after his retirement, his name was linked to chaos and controversy, as he was arrested multiple times, once in an altercation with police, and another time for domestic issues, also struggling with alcohol and drugs, and whenever he reappeared in public, his interviews were extremely unsettling.
Marcelo, preparando todo lo que va a ser este partido, ¿cómo has visto a los jugadores que están destacando, que están subiendo en el ranking ATP y que están teniendo buenas temporadas?
Bueno, oye, como dice mi amigo personal Diego Armando, que la chupen todos ustedes, porque no hablo con ningún periodista. ¿Pregunta?
Ayer vino la ministra, conversaste con ella, ¿cómo estuvo eso?
Síganla chupando.
Quite a tragic story for what looks to be a man that never found peace once tennis left him behind. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If that's the case and you would like to enjoy more internet tennis content of this style, hit the like and subscribe button, and that way you will know when I upload future videos like this. We're extremely close to 100,000 subscribers, so of course every subscription at this point is massively appreciated. All of this said, I hope you have a wonderful day and that I can see you in my next video. Peace!